buddy.
It's great to be here. Thanks for having me, man. I appreciate it.
We're excited. And you got a whole new, you're taking that solo journey. You're about to.
Doing the leap of faith, jumping off, going solo.
Not scary at all. Oh,
I guess most people probably don't realize, but like, so what is the, I guess, what was the dynamic at the Task and Purpose channel? Because for the longest time, I thought you were like a one-man show or a two-guy show. I had no idea.
So for the longest time, I was like a one-man band. For the first 2 years, I wrote, edited, produced, shot, uploaded all the content. And then after I proved that, like, okay, there's something here, we're getting some views, then they started to invest. I got a full-time editor. Task and Purpose gave me like a ton of opportunity, and always going to appreciate that. Yeah, very grateful for that channel.
But like you didn't like start out on your own out of the gate, like you had like financial backing at the beginning, or
yeah.
Okay,
so a lot of people have that same question. They're like, tons of people, when I said I was leaving, they're all in the comments like, I thought you owned Task and Purpose,
right?
And I like, not at all, never owned Task and Purpose, didn't sell it. Like, that was not what happened. Like you said, like, I don't know if I honestly would have been huge on YouTube if they basically fronted that period of time. You know, like when you're putting out videos and they're getting like 300 views.
Yeah, where it's a full-time job, but you're not making full-time job money.
Yeah. So they were paying me a salary while I was getting like 300 views, 1,000 views. And then after the first 6 months, a year, it started to become profitable, started to blow up. And then I got locked into a contract with them for like many years, producing content, making the show for them. But yeah, I had that financial backing in the beginning, and it really was, it was huge. They let me do whatever I wanted, which is crazy for a company to let you just say whatever you want, put up whatever you want on the YouTube. Because when I got there, their YouTube channel had 800 subscribers. No one was putting anything on there. So I was like, hey, can I upload stuff on here? And no one said no. So I took that as a yes. It's like, which that's not life advice.
No, that's
not
life
how consent works.
Yes.
No, it's not.
All right.
Nick caught that joke. I'm going to take that one back. It's not getting out there.
But like, okay, so once it started making money and really taking off, like the whole thing happened so fast for me. Yeah, I don't know.
You had like Task and Purpose before. I think they focused more on meta, YouTube a little, but it was like articles, news articles, and then military.
When I got there, it was, so me and Patrick Baker, a really close friend of mine, still friends, great dude from like Ranger Up days. We would just put up skits on Facebook because there was no YouTube. So we would just put up like funny videos on Facebook and stuff. And those would get some attention. And it was mainly, Task and Purpose was a website and an Instagram. And they would do all these articles. They have somebody at the Pentagon, Jeff Schogel, amazing correspondent at the Pentagon, asking questions to the top people at the Pentagon. And their website put out like really important articles. And the YouTube side has always been very separate from the website side, though.
Yeah.
Had its own like voice and perspective. So that dynamic also gets to a point where like it makes sense to split at a certain point.
And yeah, I mean, you really dialed it into, you're doing up to 2 a week, correct, for a long period of time?
For the last 3 years, we were doing basically like 2 mini documentaries.
Yeah, and yours, a dude.
I wasn't even here for his podcast. You got him to quit his job. Way to go!
I learned from the best.
He showed up one time. He's like, I'm sick of being professional. I want to roll around in the mud with the rest of these degenerates.
Yeah, I got to hang out with 3 retards. That was amazing. I quit, guys. But it was 2 a week is fucking ridiculous, and the level of work. I mean, Nick is once a big one, like once every other week.
I do 2 fat electricians a month and 2 fat files a month, so it's once a week. But the fat files are, they're like 10 to 20 minute videos, whereas the fat electrician ones are like 45 to hour plus.
But the amount of research that goes into it, and then the amount of detail you go into,
and the amount of information that you are able to absorb and maintain has. I remember I like texted you once. I was like, "How do you do it?" And you're like, "Just good at it, man. Be better.
Get good.
Build different." No, but it's really impressive what you do. Like, my situation is a little bit different. We like, in order to pump out that amount of content, I work with a team very closely that I could not do what I do at that pace without these guys. And they're actually, a lot of them are coming with me. When they found out I was leaving, they were like, hey, can we come with you? So Mike Michaelides, he's my head creative producer, and a couple of my researchers are also with me on Cappy Army. So like, this team is just really amazing people that I could not do it without.
When does that actually go live? When you rolling out the first?
Saturday.
No shit. Oh, that's like.
And it'll be the video on Saturday is going to be a full explanation, because I feel like the audience they've given me so much over the last 6 years, and it's been my relationship with that community has driven and built that show, and I'm appreciative of that. And I feel like I kind of owe them like an explanation of, hey, this is what happened. Like, I love Task and Purpose. Keep watching them. Here's a full rundown of sort of like how we grew the channel and where we're going in the future. Because there's things I want to do and invest in, and that I really couldn't do under Task and Purpose. And there's ways I wanted to like incentivize my team and make sure that they get paid what they expect to get paid. And, you know, when you're working for a company, you're not in control of the goals. You're not in control of the compensation. So I needed to take on the risk in order to do that.
But yeah, I think you're doing it the right way. And it is a lot of those companies, it is a weird mindset. And I think they are learning. You had like Donut Media and a couple others, but it is, hey, we'll build this in an individual, and then that brand is now your identity. And then
yeah,
the company usually doesn't realize how important that is. It'd be like Fat Electrician if that was owned by like an electrician company, and then you're like, I'm out, Nick out. They'd be like, fuck, dude, you could go anywhere else. That channel would just be like,
Donut Media is funny you bring them up. So one of the things I'm very grateful for is that they linked me up. Like, I got to be mentored by the CEO of Donut Media. Really smart dude. Very appreciative of that. He taught me how to like, okay, how are we going to take this once a week thing and make it a twice a week thing? And, you know, double that ad inventory and think about it more as like a business. Because when I was doing a band thing, I just only thought of it as like, cool, I got a green screen behind me, and like, I'm just going to, you know, I don't want to worry about business and money side of things, but you can't, you know, I had to grow up a little bit.
and then the stress comes.
Yes,
and
that
then
fun
like,
part.
Fuck, why did I do so many businesses? That was stupid. Well, at least what's your first video rolling out for Saturdays, other than the explanation?
That's the Why I Left Task and Purpose video on Saturday. And then after that, we're going to be hitting people in the teeth, straight in the teeth, with geopolitics, weapons rundowns, and just good old fashioned war.
I don't envy your comment section.
No.
Covering current event geopolitics.
Gaza!
Bro, it's
Hamas and Jews!
Everybody's got very strong opinions on places they can't spell.
yeah.
I can barely pronounce them. To be fair.
You know I'm right.
It is so
I can't
fucking
spell
true.
I can't spell that word, but I have very strong opinions about it, and fuck you if you disagree with them.
And I know they would respect my opinions if I went there. It's like, a lot of people never went to a third world country or experienced war. If you don't, then you have this weird mindset that everyone is like a typical American, kind, friendly, or they respect your life, or any of that. That can go out the window. Fucking lickety split. Lickety fucking
Geopolitics sucks, man. Like I even tried, like I had to throttle back on some of the things that I say because people have such strong feelings in the world. And geopolitics is, I mean, mine is just comedy and satire and stuff like that. But you like break it down, cold hard facts. Like this is exactly what's going on. I do not envy you, man. I do not.
That's why I like history. I get it there like, this guy killed a lot of Nazis. Everybody's like, yeah!
Today on Fat Electrician, Hitler, a hero?
No?